you, Sandy. Now you've told us, we can all move on. So what works for you?" Sandy paused. This wasn't going exactly as she had planned it, but this had its points too. "This week, tonight even. What do you guys want?" That was the first time she had even broached the subject of others, her husband and only child. Joe was a bit startled by this comment. He wasn't used to Sandy asking what he wanted about anything. It was a first in some time, he thought. "Are you there?" "Yes. Just reflecting on what you said. I think it best for you to move on now and let us adjust." "Well, if you feel that way, I'll leave tonight," Sandy said in a huff. She had expected to be pleaded with at least a bit, if not by Joe, by Kathy. "Okay." That said, Joe got up from the table and went to his office. Sandy had hardly noticed that in the last year or so Joe had started gradually to take over all the household duties, from cooking to shopping to cleaning. He shopped for food as if he was still on a canoe trip with his buddy John Black. Kathy had noticed. The food, meals, and house were all better and more organized. Joe had started a routine for meals: 7 a.m. breakfast for Kathy to get off to school, packed lunches for her to eat or not, as she chose, dinners at 5:30. It had been mellow and nice. It felt safe for her. Joe had started to sit down with Kathy every Sunday afternoon and help her plan her week at school, at home, and her life outside the house. Kathy noticed that Joe did this quietly and helpfully. He did not instruct her. He laid out options. Unlike most teenagers, she felt comfortable with her father. It didn't have any mulish kickback tendencies with him. In fact, she found herself always feeling comfortable with older men she knew through her father. She never liked the bad joke types, but her father didn't associate with any of those. Kathy watched her mother. "Well, what do you think, Kathy?" Kathy was waiting for something. She didn't know quite what, but it had finally come. Her mother was leaving. She was staying. She had been worried that she would have to leave her house and friends if things came to this, which they certainly had been headed for. In her senior year, she had counted the days. She knew she was all right now, with only a few weeks to go. What she wished to avoid now was embarrassment, what teenagers dreaded most. Kathy remembered what her father said at the beginning of her senior year. "When you go to college, you will learn that a lot of dogs die. Parents keep the old pets around until the kids are gone, especially the only children like yourself. You should know that most parents have been there, done that about college. They have planned for it with your friends in more ways than financial. In other words, it is about them, not just about your friends, though they think it is. Most of us did at your age. So that's when your parents' friends will tend to move to where they want and do more of what they want to do. It is not just the kids who get freedom, or more of it." Kathy had asked, "What about us?" "No different. We don't have a dog," he grinned, "but if we had, it would be gone. Your mother and I will be alone with ourselves for the first time in 19 years, so that will be big too. Don't know what will happen, but things do percolate at milestone events like this one of yours, especially when you know it is coming for a long time in advance. You are going to a great college, so we have nothing to worry about on that score, nor should you. If you don't mess it up, you'll be set for life. Unlike many kids, you don't have to accomplish a lot from now on to be okay. Just ride the wave." Remembering this, she knew to be careful. She had learned that from her dad. Now was not the time to get into anything with her mother and cause an uproar. She could tell from her dad that her real objective should be to get her mother out of town quietly before graduation and have her gone until everyone started college. Then it would be distant news as her friends gradually drifted away from home, the town, and their local friends, and started to latch on to elsewhere and other people. Kathy took a deep breath and said, "Mom, I think you have thought this out." Sandy waited for more. There was no more. And she added, "That's it? That's all?" "Yes, I think. This is a big thing. I just heard it. I need some time with it." "Oh," said her mother. She had always